Hello, Psyched Radio. This is DJ Bo here with GRIMAS at the new parish in Oakland, California, about to perform. How's it feel being here?
I feel pretty excited. I've been here a couple of times, as in the audience, but my first time performing, so I'm very excited to be out here.
Awesome. We're glad to have you here. How do you go about preparing for a performance, and what kind of energy do you want to bring to the stage?
Preparing, I mean, my shit slaps, so I be listening to it like all the time, in the car. So I be slapping my shit, and then the type of energy, soy un perro callejero, so I just like to bring some fucking street dog energy to the stage, and I give it my all. So afterwards, if you're trying to talk to me, I may not be talking to you because I'm tired of shit. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's the kind of performances we like to have here at Psyched Radio. It's just balls to the walls, good shit, good radio, good songs. Talk a little bit about can you tell me about your process of writing music and creating music?
Yeah, so I just been writing for a long time, and with this project, it's actually kind of like a concept album. So GRIMAS is an anti-capitalist dog. So some of the themes write about like being against private property. I don't know what it is. It's not familiar to me, so I piss it on it, right? And so this is just kind of like the things where I take my experiences, like as a living being, and I just like put them out there. So everything that I'm singing about is shit that's like really happened to me. So it's like things about my life. If I get caught up, my homies know what to do to free me. You know what I mean? If I can't sleep, it's got some shit bugging me. I made a song about that. So just like shit that's happening in my life. I value loyalty a lot too. And, I know that my homies and my comrades, like they got my fucking back out of everything. And that's a big thing to me. So, it's just things that I live. It's a biography, right? So I'm writing about my life.
That's awesome. Yeah, I really love that story, like that, going about your music and art like that. I think it's really important to, put part of yourself into the process, How do you feel you want your music to impact the music scene as a whole and like inspire other musicians?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a tricky question because like I come from like a big like punk background, and so I don't know. I just never thought that I would be on a stage like this. And so for me, like, I just want to like kind of like let people to know that, it's cool to like just make some different sounding shit. Because when people ask me what I sound like, it's like, I don't know, dude. Like, you just got to listen to it. But if you know me, you're like, oh, that's GRIMAS. Like, so that's what it sounds like. So just like letting people know that, keep on pushing boundaries, like keep on doing some different shit. And another thing that, coming from punk that I would want to see more, in punk, they talk a lot about like anarchy and sharing things, but where's the collaboration musically in punk, right? You see that a lot in hip hop, right? Rappers will do a guest feature on another thing, or a producer will do this. But where's like, if this fool does a sick ass guitar solo, how come you can't do a sick ass guitar solo on here? Or if you got a cool drummer, how come you can't link up with them? Or if you got a cool vocalist, why not have, one song with another vocalist? So that's what I want to do too. I want to do like collabs with my homies because, that's what is life if you're not collaborating and creating cool shit with your homie, right? You got to create some shit. You got to create the world you want to see.
Exactly. Very true. What are some of your influences for writing your music and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, that's why one of the things that that's an influence, right? It's just like life. So just like I'm not a very happy person sometimes, like there's a lot of bad shit going on in the world. And before, I'd kind of be maybe like a little self-destructive, but I'm trying to channel that fire and put it outwards instead of consuming me, right? It can't just be all destroy, right? You have to create some shit. What's coming up from the ashes, right? So that's kind of like the process that that goes through my mind with that.
That's awesome. I'm trying to think of one more question. So like you're talking about, disrupting the capitalist system with your music and that sort of thing. Where do you see do you want to keep going underground and pushing the boundaries of like the punk music and the music scene as a whole, or where do you see like your music taking you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see it anywhere because like, I was just telling my homie, Nano, my DJ, shout out to Nano, I love that fool. I was just telling him, like last year, like, damn, I didn't see, like a year ago when we started working on this project that I didn't see myself coming through this. This was just like a quarantine project, but so I don't know where I see myself, but my thing is, right, I'm just collaborating and just trying to meet new homies. So I got hella homies in LA. I just met a fool from Japan. I got homies out in Latin America and Chile, Colombia, so if someone hits me up to play, like I'll play whatever, You know, like I did a fucking one of my homies hit me up in the city to do a show at the opening of her poetry book release. So I was
Wow,
like, did a show in a random ass art gallery in the Mission.
that's
You
awesome.
know, what's it called? Something Nightmares. I forget, but it's got a cool ass name though. Shout out to that gallery. Shout out to Tatiana.
That's amazing. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for performing tonight. How do you feel about performing with Silverio and the rest of Lima? It's pretty good.
Yeah, so I mean, like Silverio, he was kind of like a inspiration in a way, and I'm not going to give away the little surprise, but during one of the songs, like I think you'll see why. But I used to be in a band before, and I have like just like this creative kind of like energy, like a desire to just like make some shit. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna do shit myself.
Nice.
And so I'm just like really excited to like be performing with Silverio because he's like one person doing his own thing. I got my DJ Nano who helps produce and shit. But yeah, Silverio was like actually kind of like a big inspiration and like behind Grimas as far as like getting started with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm very excited. I'm super blessed to. First time I see him, it's like, damn, I get to share the stage with him too. So that's hella sick.
Yeah, that's always a really fun experience, getting to share it with someone who inspires you. Any last words about just the music scene as a whole and who you are as an artist?
Last words. I mean, we gotta just kind of like some things I just mentioned, right? I think there's a lot of power in collaboration and, not to just like stick to like one type of scene, right? Like I got hella homies who listen to punk. I got homies who listen to cumbia. I got homies who listen to rap, and we're all kind of throwing it together. Shout out to Vampy too, one of the DJs that's going to be DJing tonight. Throws sick ass parties called Batcave, right? And so at the Batcave parties, there's fucking drag queens, right? There's cumbia, there's weird electro shit. I performed there. There's been like goth, post-punk bands. There's been like hardcore. There's been punk, and so it's just like a safe space for like all like the weirdos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It don't matter if you're just into like one genre of music. Like, fuck it, let's come out. Like, let's have a show where it's hella different types of music, and let's just bring everybody out. You know what I mean? So that's what I want to see is more collaboration amongst different types of music. If you see this, tap in with me. Maybe I'll like do a verse or I don't even know, but let's just collaborate.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. I just want to see more people sharing shit and collaborating and creating new shit.
Amazing. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We're really
No
excited
problem.
for your set.
Yeah.
From here at Psyched Radio, for GRIMAS.